Manner Public School presents Seekho, Samjho, Jeeto.
Identity reinforcement. Children's performance is strongly influenced by what they believe about themselves. When a child hears statements like, "You are bad at spelling," their brain accepts it and reduces effort. Instead, constantly telling the child, "You are a good speller," builds a positive self concept. This psychological shift encourages the child to act in alignment with the identity. Over time, they begin to put more effort and show improvement because they want to match that belief. Phonics-based learning. Spelling becomes easier when children understand the relationship between the sounds and letters. Instead of memorizing words blindly, teaching phonics like sh, sh sound helps children to decode and spell words logically. This develops phonological awareness, which is a fundamental skill in language learning. When children can hear and break words into sounds, they rely less on rote memorization and more on understanding. Chunking method. Long complex words can overwhelm child's memory. Chunking helps breaking words into smaller manageable parts such as syllables. For example, beautiful can be learned as beau-ti-ful. This method reduces load and allows them this method reduces cognitive load and allows the brain to process information in a smaller units. Once the chunk is measured, combining them becomes easier, improving both accuracy and confidence. Visual memory strategy. The brain stores spelling patterns visually, so strengthening visual memory is very effective. Techniques like look, cover, write, and check train the child to observe the word carefully, recall it from memory, and then verify accuracy. This repeated visual exposure helps the brain store the correct letter sequence. Over time, the child begins to recognize words instantly without consciously thinking about each letter. Write and say method. Combining writing with speaking engages multiple areas of the brain simultaneously. When a child writes a word while saying each letter aloud, they activate auditory, visual, and motor memory together. This multi-channel learning strengthens retention and reduces spelling errors. Multi-sensor learning. Children learn more effectively when multiple senses are involved. Activities like tracing words in sand, writing in the air, or using colors to highlight tricky letters engage touch, movement, and sight. This multi-sensory approach creates stronger natural connections, making it easier for the brain to remember spellings. It also makes learning enjoyable, which increases participation and consistency. Spaced repetition. The brain forgets information quickly if it is not revisited. Spaced repetition solves this by reviving words and increasing intervals. After 1 day, 3 days, and 1 week. This strengthens long-term memory and prevents forgetting. Instead of teaching many new words daily, revisiting the same words multiple times ensures they are stored permanently in the brain. Reward and motivation system. Motivation plays a key role in learning. When children receive immediate rewards or prize after correct spelling, the brain releases dopamine, which creates a feeling of satisfaction. This encourages the child to repeat the behavior. Small rewards like stars, stickers, or verbal appreciation can significantly improve consistency and effort, especially in younger children. Pattern recognition. The English language follows patterns, and teaching these patterns helps the children spell more efficiently. For example, learning word families like cat, bat, hat, or rules like I before E except after C helps children predict the spellings. This reduces the need to memorize each word separately and builds logical connections in the brain, making spelling faster and more accurate. Gamification technique. Children learn better when the activity is enjoyable. Turning spelling practice into games such as quiz, competitions, or word challenges reduces the boredom and increases engagement. When learning feels like play, children participate willingly and practice more often. This consistent practice leads to natural improvement without pressure. Reducing fear of mistakes. Fear and anxiety can block learning by activating the brain's threat response. When children are scolded for wrong spelling, they may avoid trying altogether. Creating a safe environment where mistakes are treated as a part of learning encourages experimentation and effort. When children feel safe, they take risks and improve faster. Learning through observation. Children learn by observing others. When they see correct spelling used in books, on the boards, or by teachers, their brain observes these patterns subconsciously. This observational learning helps to build a familiarity with correct word structures. Encouraging the reading and exposing children to well-written material strengthens this process. A reading habit, the most powerful technique. Regular reading is one of the most effective ways to improve spelling. When children read frequently, they are repeatedly exposed to correct spellings, which the brain stores automatically. This is called implicit learning. Over time, children develop a natural sense of what looks right, reducing spelling errors without conscious effort. Focus on difficult words. Some words contain tricky or confusing letter combinations. Highlighting these parts help children pay special attention to them. By focusing on problem areas, the brain learns to avoid common mistakes. This targeted approach is more effective than repeatedly writing the entire word without understanding the difficulty. Dictation practice. Regular dictation helps children to recall spellings from memory rather than copying. When children listen to a word and write it, they actively process sounds, recall spelling patterns, and apply their knowledge. Immediate correction and feedback help reinforcement correct spelling. This strengthens both listening and writing skills simultaneously. Final insight. Improving spelling is not about memorizing lists. It is about training the brain through sound, pattern, recognition, repetition, and emotional support. Admissions and opportunities are open. Visit today the Pioneer Public School to brighten your child's future. Contact 966 3195 866 94824 66882. Thank you.
Pioneer Public School presents Seeko Samjho.